This is video 2 of the Streamlabs series that we're doing over here on the channel. If you haven't, go back and watch the first video. This is just literally an overview of everything about Streamlabs on the homepage. We're not getting into settings or anything like that on that video. That will be this video right here. We're going to be doing everything in the settings tab to get you ready to stream. So let's get started. The very first thing we're going to do is once you open Streamlabs, of course, you're going to come down here to the settings little icon and click it. From here, you're going to click on stream. From here, you can do one or two things. You can literally pick any of these things to stream to. To go to stream to something like Kick or something like that, you would literally just come down here to stream to custom ingest, and then you would literally hit streaming sources and then custom streaming server, and then you would literally take your stream key and then the URL of where you want to stream to, which would be Kick, and you can just put all that in here, and then you would hit done and log in and do all the normal stuff, and you'll be good to go there. Let's move on. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go down to the output tab. The output tab. Make sure you go ahead and set it output mode to advanced. Now this is simply going to be so that you can have more control over all your settings inside Streamlabs, and that way you can get the best quality setup. Now remember, this is totally going to be dependent on your PC and the quality it is. So if you have a lower end PC, I'll go over some of the settings. It's going to be trial and error, honestly. You're going to have to test it out and see if it works. If it doesn't work, you're going to have to come back and mess with it a little bit more and get it to where you want to go. Now, if you just want to think you got the biggest and baddest PC around, just go ahead and set everything to the highest setting and then find out real quick you don't. I have a $3,000 laptop when it first came out, and I can't do that with this PC. Unfortunately, with streaming and gaming at the same time, this PC just ain't strong enough. It's crazy that I have a good PC like that and it doesn't work like that. But anyways, I wanted to just let you guys know about that. So let's get back to it. So we're gonna start right here to the audio track. So audio track, just have one. I have one, but yeah, just leave it at 1, honestly. And then over here, I don't have Twitch VOD enabled. I would take that off. And then this is one of the first parts I was telling you guys about. Is honestly going to depend on your system. But if you just put it like this, if you have a graphics card, a NVIDIA graphics card, AMD graphics card, or something like that, these are going to pop up right here. If you do not, and you have a lower end system, I would, you're going to have software 264. You're going to have to set it that. Just knowing once we're moving on, the higher end settings are probably not going to be the best option for you at that moment, just because you don't have a graphics card and you're using your CPU and everything else is using your CPU. So you're just going to be really bog down your system very quick. But if you do have the NVIDIA, definitely use H.264 or the new H.264 new. I would use 64 new, and if you have issues, maybe a little bit of loss of frames or a little lagging going on or something, I would bump it back up to 64. Now moving on to the CBR, which is, so CBR in this system is constant bit rate. Now let me explain something to you guys. This is very important. If you are streaming to, depending on Twitch or YouTube or wherever, certain servers only let you do a certain amount of bit rate. Like Twitch only allows you to go up to 6,000, where YouTube will let you go higher than that. So what you need to do to get this bit rate is you need to know your download speed. So in the description below, I'm going to do a bit rate calculator. So once you get your internet speed, which you can do at speedtest.net, I'll put that link down there as well. You'll enter your information into this for Twitch, and it will spit out what your bit rate needs to be. So once you get your upload speed, I'm going to put a few different links down there. One will be for YouTube and one will be for Twitch. If you have YouTube, it'll tell you what you can do at a certain resolution and stuff. And if you have Twitch, you can use the OBS Streamlabs one. It'll tell you exactly what you can do for Twitch. Anything under 4,500 is bad. So hopefully you're over that. If you have 4 or more, you should be good there. But just know you do need a decent bit rate to have a good, crispy, smooth stream while you're streaming. You put keyframe intervals. You can set that to 2 if you'd like. All right, so with preset here, now this is definitely going to depend on your graphics card again and your computer itself. I'm on performance because I have a decent speed computer and all that good stuff. So I would recommend, if you're not on that, if you don't have it, definitely want to make sure you go down to quality, max quality or something like that. If you want to test it out again, you can. Just know if you go to test it out and you're getting buggy and laggy and stuff like that, just come in back in here and bump this up to quality or max quality, and you should be good. Hopefully you can run it at performance. I mean, I should be able to run it a little bit higher than I am. I just do that to be safe. No biggie there. Profile is we're going to be high. I would run it high if you can, and if not, if you got a lower end computer, again, main or baseline are going to be what you want to do, and just see what works best for your PC, honestly. A lot of these are going to be trial and error until you figure it out. And then once you figure it out, it's just a little bit of, adjusting here and there. Psycho Visual turn that on. GPU is at 0, and then max V frames is at 2. Coming down here to going back up to the top, and we're going to go over to recording. Recording is pretty much self-explanatory. You're going to be recording to either your, to your PC if you're not, streaming or whatnot, or you can stream and record at the same time. Use a little bit more processing, but if you're able to do that, I would recommend doing that. That way you don't have to download your stream to your PC at a lower resolution, because once you upload it and then download it, it's going to be a lower resolution. So if you're able to do both at the same time, I'd highly recommend doing that. So right here, it's set standard, so you can just do that. Recording path is exactly what I was talking about before. You're going to just pick if you have an external hard drive or something you can upload these to automatically, then I would definitely highly recommend doing that. That way you're not taking all the storage up on your PC, because if you're gaming for a couple hours, an hour at a time, it's going to be a lot of formatting in MP4, because that's what I'm going to recommend you doing. It's just the most easable, the most accessible to be used on all kinds of different programs and stuff like that. Audio tracks, this is what I was talking about earlier. If you want more than one audio track, that means you want more than one source of audio coming in, as in like you want track 1 to be played, the stream to be recorded, but not track 2. You can set it up like that. A lot of people are doing this to play, including me on Twitch, to play popular music, because it wasn't being recorded onto Twitch. It was just being played through the stream. This is another video for a different day, but yes, you can do that. This is what I did for a very long time before I I still stream every now and then, but it has to be the right elements and, leap year and all that good stuff. Use Stream Encoder. Yeah, I'm just using Stream Encoder here. You can, that's what I have it set up on. It's gonna use what my general settings are, which is for my NVIDIA, so that's why I have that set there. Moving on to audio, leave it all the same. Moving on. There's no reason to go in here and mess with anything. It's all already set up the way it's supposed to be. So we're gonna move on to replay buffer. Now, if you remember, replay buffer was the thing I was talking about yesterday over here in the tabs over here, where you could literally have it set up to, down here, to have it set up to record just certain clips and stuff. If you didn't want to record the entire time, you can hit a button to do that. So that's what we're going to talk about. So you could just enable it, and then you can set the duration. You can set the duration of whatever you want. I wouldn't recommend doing like 5 minutes or something like that, because it's more than likely going to be something you're looking for and to edit and stuff. So the shorter the better. So just remember, it's going to go from the time you hit it back. So if you have it at 30 seconds and you took 5 seconds to do a full thing, then it's going to record 30 seconds. So 25 seconds is going to be nothing, and then you'll have the 5 seconds. I recommend doing about a minute. I'm at 50 seconds. That way, if something crazy happens, I have a little bit of time to play with. That's just me. Do it to whatever you want to do it to. All right, coming down to the audio tab next, over here, audio tab. You're gonna keep everything the same. 44.1K is what is the standard. Keep it the same. I would recommend doing stereo, not mono, because, well, mono means it's only gonna be one side. We want stereo to have that stereo effect. All right, moving down here, you have desktop audio devices. Now, this is going to be something to where anything that's playing on your computer. So if you're using your computer to game and stuff like that, this is what you would set it up. Normally, you just have it on default. If you're not running like Voicemeeter, or if you're not running some kind of mixer or something like that, it's more likely going to be just default. You see here, I'm running Voicemeeter as of right now. So I would set everything up through Voicemeeter. Now I'm not going to do that in this video because I don't know how many of y'all even know about Voicemeeter or want to see a video on that. If you want to see a video on how to set Voicemeeter up itself to run your entire streaming setup, including your audio, your music, your mic, all that, I'll just show you what I'm talking about real quick. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. So yeah, with this, you have the microphone on one channel. I have my music or my browser like YouTube or anything I'm playing videos on another channel. My console, my capture card on another channel going to the PC. My game if I'm gaming on the PC, and then Discord chat or anything like that. The cool thing is if you're playing a game like Call of Duty or Fortnite where you can pick different sources for your chat versus the game volume, you can literally put game volume on one and then chat on another, so you have fine control over your chat versus your game, which is a game changer, right? It's pretty awesome. So if you want to see a video like that, just let me know in the comments below by liking the video while you're down there. All that kind of stuff is going to help me and encourage me to make this video for you guys. And then coming down here to the mic, this is literally the same thing. If you're using Voicemeeter and stuff like that, you can set it up to all work with Voicemeeter. And if you're not, you would just click on the mic you're using here. You can click on default, and default is literally just anything you have Windows set up for. So if you have Windows set up to a HyperX or whatever mic you have set up as a default mic, it's going to default to that, and that's how that works. It's simple as that. It's really not a whole lot of explaining to do there. Now we're moving on to video. Yeah, y'all want to see this. All right, so video, this is how I have it set up. If you're streaming to Twitch, 1080, 1920 by 1080 is literally all you need to do. I'm telling you that because you're not going to be able to go higher than that, and majority of y'all are going to be stuck at 720 anyways because you're not partner. So there's no reason to put all this extra stress on your PC if you're streaming to Twitch. If you're streaming to YouTube and stuff like that, and you have the bit rate, the download speed upload speed to do so, then go for it if you're able to handle that. I have that, so I am doing 25 by 16 by 14 by 40. I stream to YouTube is the last place I streamed to, and I did, the rating your gaming channels and stuff like that, and helping you guys out with your channels and stuff like that, reviews of your channels. Probably gonna bring that back here real soon too. But simply, the base canvas is what you're seeing on your side of the screen, and then the output is what your stream is seeing. So I have these the same. A lot of people will even do like a 1920 by 1080 and then downscale it to 720. There has been some people that will do a special one where it's like 980p or something like that. I'm not 100%. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we're just going to stick to the basics here today. So if you're Twitch, do 1080, 1920 by 1080. And if you have YouTube in the bitrate and all that, just play around with this. Again, if you go to do this and you're having things sluggish or happening and stuff like that, just process of elimination, go through each one, switching it around. And it could be something as much as this too. You might just need to bring the resolution down a little bit to get your frames back, to get your, your PC not bogging down back, or, scaling up and all that, or messing up. Downscale filter, whatever that word is. This is 32 sample is what you want to be. FPS type, you want to be common. And then if you're gaming, I recommend doing 60, 59 or 60. I didn't have the 60 option for some reason, but 60 or 59. Now, if you're losing frames and stuff, you can drop this to 30. And the reason why I say that is because majority, like 95% of people watching your stream are watching from their phone anyways, and they're not going to notice the 30 versus the 60. This is, literally for you more than them, but this is what they're going to see. So yes, it will be a little bit smoother. Yes, it will, but it's not going to be noticeable enough for them to really notice it and stuff. So if you're having issues, these are things you can do but I wouldn't go under 30. You know what I mean? Like if you're doing it, I wouldn't go under 30. But if you're having issues, if you just want to start at 30, you could and just go from there. FPS games are going to be more 60 if you can. But if you're doing other games and stuff that doesn't even matter, that's not a whole lot of movement and stuff, you're just kind of walking around and stuff like that, then you can definitely bump it. Okay, last but not least in this video, we're going to talk about hotkeys for a second. Hotkeys is simply this. You are going to be able to use your keyboard, or some people are able to use a controller. I'm not sure how to do that. If y'all want to see a video on that, let me know. I'll definitely figure it out for you guys and set hook you guys up, and gals. We are non-discriminatory here on Pugh's Review. Don't cancel me, for the love of God. But yes, you can set everything up from start and stream to your scenes. You can click different scenes and stuff to be able to switch between your scenes and stuff like that. You can do marker. Like, there's all kind of things you can do from here. But what's cool is if you come right here to, where is it at? The remote control. If I click this button, you can scan this QR code with your phone, your tablet or whatever, and you can download what they call Streamlabs controller for free. And literally you can control your entire stream from your phone or your tablet. You can set it up on a mount like I have. I'll post a picture of my new setup right now so you can see what I'm talking about with the tablet in front of me. And you could literally go, just control everything from there. You can get chat and everything else from there. I actually have a video of this. I will pin in the comments for you guys and in the descriptions, just in case you want something like this. It's definitely a game changer in my personal opinion, because you can do everything from this and it's free. Yeah, it's literally free. And it's easy to use. So if you want, if you don't want to mess with the hotkeys, you want to download that, I recommend definitely doing that. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about overlays. That's right, we're going to be talking about overlays. So make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, save this to your, your playlist. That way you always have access to it. And definitely like the video, because I'm putting so much work into these videos to help you guys to just literally for free. I'm not really making anything off these. So hopefully it does help you guys. That's what I'm here to do, is to help you in any possible way. If you have questions, drop them in the comments below about settings. If you got things you want me to cover in this series, make sure you drop them below, because I will be covering them. I'm gonna help you guys out as much as possible. Till next time, peace.